Well, I was born near New Haven Harbour, and my star sign is Pisces, so there's some fishy about me, definitely. My dad was 26 years on the boat, and I was born in 1923, so I was brought up in the 30s, which was not a very good period to be brought up. Caught fish. My dad used to bring fish in, and it was jumping out. All he's put in the sink, and it would jump into the fixed in tub. I was brought up with fish. Never buy fish on a Monday because they never sailed on a Sunday. Boats wouldn't go out on a Sunday. And then on a Saturday night, Friday or Saturday, that's when the men came, when they came in, and they had a good skinful of the beer and things like that. And on a Sunday morning, a man used to come down with a cart, a horse and cart, and he had 2 enamel plates, and they used to rattle them, and surduke, and it was sour milk, and that cleared their stomach. New Haven was a funny place. They never called people by their names. They always had by names, you know. And if my dad brought in a great big haddock, my mother would say, take that up to the Smithy Close and take it up to Willie Pinney, and he used to make lovely finnan haddies out of it. You know, used to. I never knew for years and years, I was quite, that they only called him Willie Pinney because he had a wooden leg. There's all these things that they all have my names. I moved from New Haven when I was 9 and came to Grant, and I thought I'd come to the backwoods. There was a family in New Haven, and New Haven was getting slum clearance, and when they come to Grant, and I didn't like Grant and didn't like it at all, and so they went back to New Haven and bought their slum cleared house. It just shows you how people were. It was a different way of thinking, actually. It was, and all you wanted to do was to be in full-time employment. When Granton actually became established in Forest, you could leave your job in the evening and you would know you'd go to get another one in the morning. There were so many places here. There was Parsons Peebles, Fleming's Ink Works, the Ruberoid, Fleming's Ink Works, United Wire Works. Everybody was employed. My first employment was, I don't know if you know where that is, it was Boswell Drive Post Office. There's a post office in Boswell Drive, and that's where I worked. My mother says, try and get a job where you come home for your dinner. It was happy times. We had a lot of love in the houses. I was well cared for, really very well cared for. My mother was a good knitter, and my granny used to knit my dad's sea boots, sea stockings, and his jersey and things like that. We all looked after each other. There was a beach along at Royston, and my mother used to say, now don't go near that Royston beach, don't go, because when Fleming's Ink Works was discharging all their dyes, you were either red, white or blue when you got home, because we didn't bother. We used to go to swimming lessons, because I can't remember when I couldn't swim. I think I fell in the harbour that often, I just dug a paddle to the side, but we're all the same. We used to eat seaweed. We used to go and pick it and wash it out the salt water, especially the ones that popped, you know, the ones with Your mother would have killed you if she'd known. Mind you, I've walked around New Haven Lighthouse, but the way to walk around the lighthouse, if you have to walk around, is walk with your back to the lighthouse and walk around. We used to do that for days. We used to go down the breakwater, and I had a big notice up, do not eat those mussels. But we used to go down the breakwater and play there all day, and we used to get a tin can, and some of the boys would give us a light, and we used to light a fire and boil the mussels and eat them, and we never even had a sore throat. We did that. We played down the breakwater, and then I don't know if you've noticed, there is a breakwater goes right along, and there's a bathing hut there. And a few steps go down into the sea, and there was a raft out there. We used to swim out to the raft, and the bathing hut was there. And we never thought anything. In fact, and the sewage came down there too, but we just never bothered. In the West Pier, there was aspartagrass boats, brought the aspartagrass in for the printing trade in Edinburgh. And I don't know if it's true, but the rumour was that the Duke of Buccleuch got sixpence for every wagon of coal that went along to coal the boats. We used to have a paddle steamer called the Willie Muir, and it sailed from Granton to Burnt Island. And then we had two lighthouse ships. The big one was the Pharos, and the second one was a smaller one, and it was called the May, and they berthed at Granton. And a treat, if you were clever at school, they would take you down and you get after tea in the Pharos. This neighbour, our daughter had married somebody in the Channel Islands, and she'd been to the Channel Islands for her holidays. And I said, "You're back early, Mary?" She says, "Yes, I'm back early because I'm going on a cruise." And I said, "Where are you going?" She said, if you don't tell, I'll let you know. So I'm going on the Gare du Loup. Well, that was a Suez boat. And they served afternoon tea. Today, and on the stern, the Suez was going out to the fifth. New Haven boats are bonny boats. New Haven boats are bonny, and far and wide they steer. New Haven crews are gallant crews, and ken no thought of fear. Now, when you think of these fisherwomen, they used to come in when the boats came in, get their fish and everything, and look, they carried it all over the town. And the lasses with the creel. This is called the shore gown. You put that on, but that was when I was a wee lassie. I've got a bigger one there, but that's the shore gown. You put it on, and this yellow one, it came up, so it wouldn't go in the water, I suppose. But it came up like that, and it went round you. It's quilted. And that one, I'm not going to give that one away, because that's a paisley shawl. And that went round your head. Will your anchor hold in the storms of life? Now we have an anchor that keeps the soul steadfast and sure while the billows roll. Fastened to the rock which cannot move, grounded firm and deep in the Saviour's love.